What's up, nerds, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today, we will be taking a look at how to get your hands on the brand new exotic weapon, Outbreak Perfected. For those of you who did not play D1, this is a re-release of a raid exotic called Outbreak Prime. Over the next several minutes, we'll be taking you on a personal guided tour of exactly how to get this weapon for yourself. But first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like on this video. We would really appreciate the support. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Feel free to jump to any of the times on the screen to see specific quest steps, or hang on for the entire walkthrough, either way. To begin, you'll need to acquire the quest by traveling to Titan and doing some minor exploring. At this point, there are two options to find the quest. As of the reset this week, there's a heroic adventure on Titan called Bad Neighbors. You can begin this adventure and follow the steps until you reach the control room with the first Shrieker, the big purple eyeball-y thing. This is a red room overgrown with hive stuff that you will end up in as part of the adventure. At this point, you do not have to finish the adventure. It's simply a means to get you where you need to go without having to explore or really know your way around. The alternative method, and what you're seeing in the background video, is to load into the rig and head south on the map towards the title anchor location. Following the same path as the adventure, you'll come to the red control room, overgrown with hive junk, but this time without the Shrieker. For some ease, kill off the hive and head through the door, immediately making a left, and you'll see another door with a prompt to unlock. Unlock this door and head inside. Travel down the steps past the computers, and there's a table next to a box of stuff with a prompt to inspect the fallen artifacts. Once you have completed this, you are now on your way to completing the quest. A major side note here, and one that we ran into along the way, is that you have to have completed the Enemy of My Enemy quest step from the exotic Rat King quest in order to get into this room. If you've not completed it, you can follow someone else in the room, but you cannot open the door, and you will not see the prompt to pick up the fallen item after the door is unlocked. Chances are, if you cannot open the door or see the item after following someone in there, you'll need to complete that quest step first. The second portion of this quest is relatively easy, albeit mildly time-consuming, and to complete this step, you'll need to gather node data to unlock the 6 nodes on the item you just picked up. These 6 nodes can be found in lost sectors in the EDZ and on Nessus. I'll be walking you through them in order and beginning in the EDZ. Although it's not required, just a side note, anytime you need to venture deep into the lost sector, I would recommend you kill the ads just to make life easier, otherwise they're in the way as you're trying to pick up your node. Node 1 can be found in the Drain Lost sector in the outskirts of the EDZ. Once you get to the chest, turn left and head through the door, then jump all the way down to the bottom of the large cavern in the back. To the left, you'll see some purple banners and a small platform. Head to that platform, and that's where you unlock the first node. Node 2 is located in the Whispered Falls Lost sector. As soon as you get through the opening, jump down into the large open area below. Turn to the right and you'll see a small cavern with some green shining light on the water. Head in there, and that's where you'll grab the second node. Node 3 is located in the Atrium Lost sector below the church. After clearing the first room, head through the back door and to the left. You'll find a node in the locker room area that is well lit to the left of the door. Node 4 is the final node in the EDZ. To get to it, head to Widow's Walk Lost Sector. Once you reach the chest, look up to the right at the small broken platform in the building. Hop on up and you'll find the 4th node there. Node 5 is located in the Carrion Pit Lost Sector on Nessus. Head through the room, and when you reach the chest, head towards the back right corner of the platform. To get this node, you'll need to do a little bit of jumping, so hop off the back of the platform to the ledge below, and then turn around and look back up and slightly to the left. The node is on the other side of a wall from the platform you were just standing on. You can hop back up and grab it there. Just to note that if you jump all the way down, you start out at the beginning of this lost sector again, and you'll have to run back up to the platform and not jump quite as far. Node 6, the final node for this step, is located in the Rift Lost sector on Nessus. When you first enter the main room, you'll see a large container balancing on the edge of the cliff to the left. Clear your way through the room, and when you get to this container, climb up on top. To get the node, you'll need to hop off the edge and land inside the container. Once you get in, you can pick up the final node. After completing all 6 nodes, your item will now display a long string of letters and numbers. All this means is that you head back to the farm. That's right, the farm, the place where you haven't been since like day 1 of the game. Once you get into the farm, head immediately to the right and look for the open doors down into the cellar behind the barn. Head down the stairs, and at the end of the basement on your left, you'll find a fallen captain crouched in the corner. This is where the real fun starts. You'll want to assemble a fire team and head to the fallen captain to begin the 0-hour mission, which is the final step in obtaining Outbreak Perfected. Side note here, all players have to have completed the nodes, and you must be in a fire team of 3 to begin the mission. Alright, it's time to strap in and get ready for the hardest part of this quest. Mission 0 Hour is a 690 power mission, very similar to the Whisper quest for those of you that completed it. It is a combination of ad slaying, mazes, minor puzzle mechanics, and jumping puzzles to complete. In order to obtain Outbreak Prime, you'll need to complete the mission within the 20-minute timer on the screen. Failure to do so will send you and your team back to the farm to start again. Once the mission loads in, head through the main doors in front of you. No need to kill the first fallen enemy, as the captain from the farm will take him out for you. Head through the street, and to the right you'll see a small open vent. Head into the vent and follow the path around to the first wave of ads. Clear this area as quickly as you can and head up the stairs in the back to the next area. D1 fans will note that this is the ruins of the original tower from the first game. In order to make this easier, I highly recommend having some elemental diversity in your loadout. These enemies are all relatively tough to kill, and will come with Void, Solar, and Art shields throughout the mission. The most helpful weapon we had was the Arbalist, as it does bonus damage to shields, and makes some of the smaller shielded enemies like Shanks and Servitors slightly less annoying. You must kill all of the ads in each area, or you'll be blocked from progressing by some fallen shields at each location. Once you've cleared the area, head down the rubble to the back and then turn left. Follow this path until you get into the old hangar. Clear this room of ads and get ready to move on. Helpful hint here, take out the Sniper Vandals and Shanks first, and use an ad clearing super to clean up the rest. As a fire team, focus on the tank last, as it's tucked around the back corner and is relatively out of the way until the end. Once you've done this, head up the stairs, follow this path for as long as you can, and kill ads along the way. Once you reach a large open area of rubble, jump across and slide under the door with the large letter M on it. At this point, swap out your gear and put on any jumping exotic you have for your class. This next portion of the mission is entirely jumping and maze running, so no need to worry about power level until the end. If you have between 13 to 14 minutes on the clock here, you should be doing just fine. Slide through the door and you will immediately fall down an elevator shaft. Head through the vents at the bottom until you come to a large opening. Jump down to the left towards the ship, head under the nose of the ship into the vents, and take the last right. Continue following this path, breaking vents open as needed. Once you enter the vent hidden behind the wall, take the first right. At the end of this vent will be an open room with some platforms to jump on. The door you need to get through is directly below you and hard to see from this angle. Be careful about this room, as those platforms will fall as soon as you land on them. Follow the path until you get outside, then jump on the construction crane in front of you. In our experience, the best way to complete this part is have one skilled jumper go ahead and jump back down towards the building. As you fall, you'll see a platform outside to land on. Have the first player down extend the platform by activating the switch to make it easier for the rest of your team. Head up the stairs, turn around and look up. Jump up to the next set of platforms above and move to the other end of the walkway. At the end of that walkway is an open vent up in the ceiling to jump into. Head through there and continue until you fall into another room. Using the ledges on the side, work your way around the room until you see the topmost vent. Shoot it open and head inside. If you open the wrong one, it'll be a dead end, but it's okay. Head back out and shoot the vent open that is directly across from you, as that would be the correct vent to go through. At the end of this series of vents is a chamber of fans. Using the red slots on the side of the room, fall and jump down until you reach the bottom. Hitting a fan will kill you immediately, and it's really easy to lose time if you're not careful here. We hit this room with about 11 minutes remaining, and we're fine on time. Once you get to the bottom of the fans, head back into the vent until you come to a large angled room. Jump across the ledges on the left and right until you reach the other side. A helpful tip here, the first person through the jumps can activate a lever that will open up platforms for your team to make life a little easier. Head into the vents again until you drop into a room with a rectangular white map on the side. This is the map showing you where the 4 switches need to be activated in order to continue. We used 1 person as a spotter and 2 people activating left and right switches at the same time in order to complete this. When you drop into the room, you'll be in a very narrow corridor. 1 person go left and the other go right until you can see a place to turn. Turn left or right depending on which side you entered on, and activate your switches accordingly. For the watcher, you can see which switches are activated on the map as the red lights turn off. Once all switches are off, you can proceed through the corridor to the other side of the room until you reach the exit door. The watcher's job here is to locate the human shredder that's running through the room trying to kill your teammates. Spotter, just look for the red light roaming the corridors through the window and call out which hallway it's headed down so your team can move the correct way. You can hide in the side corridors where the switches are on the wall, or you can hide on the wall pipes in the middle of the room. Also, as you're running through the room, you'll be blocked by electrical fields. Just wait, they'll disappear eventually. If you run into them, they'll do a little bit of damage and bounce you back, but they won't actually kill you themselves. Once you've made it through the exit, walk along the bridge and pick a platform on either side of the room. Activate it and it will slowly head up, stopping a few times until you get all the way there. When you see the walkway above you, be sure to jump off quickly, as once it gets to the top, these platforms will drop back down very quickly and kill you. Head through the vent and down the ramp, being sure not to die on the landing. Head towards the stairs, but don't go down them. Go into the vent to the right until you land in the vault room. Head towards the back wall with pipes and a secret door will open. Go all the way through this room and down the hole that has been cut into the ground at the very back right section. At the end of this path, you'll land in the boss fight arena. If you can get there with about 6 to 8 minutes, you should be doing fine for time. It's important to note that before you land in the boss arena, you'll want to put on any exotics you're using to help make your boss fight a little bit easier. When you drop down the shaft, the first thing you want to do is kill all the adds you can. Kill them all. Do not damage the boss until all the adds are cleared. If you damage the boss, it will trigger the next wave, which is servitors and shanks, and it will be a total pain in the ass to complete this on time. Once the adds are clear, have someone do massive damage to the boss, and this will trigger a set of servitors and shanks on the landing pad and another set of servitors and shanks in the hangar behind you. We found that a top tree nova with Skull of Ahamkara and a void bow with Orpheus rigs was ideal for clearing these enemies and generating orbs and supers again. Our third man was also a hunter with Celestial Nighthawk for massive precision damage on the boss. Once the servitors are clear, 2 tanks will spawn on the sides along with more adds. Clear the tanks out of the way first if you can, or they'll be extremely annoying when trying to kill the boss. In either case, whether you kill them first or not, you will need to kill everyone in the room in order to complete the mission. Just killing the captain will not wipe the room of adds. You'll still have to fight it out within the time limit. Once you've completed the boss stage, that's it. You've completed the 0-hour mission and will receive the exotic weapon Outbreak Perfected. Enjoy the fruits of your labor as you tear into everything with this new pulse rifle. Also, if you're up for it, there is a heroic version of this mission that can be completed to obtain the catalyst and masterwork the weapon. Although be warned that the heroic version is a power level 700 and has a different path to completion. Well, I hope this guide was helpful to you and your fire team. Now, before you head back out to slay with your new weapon, be sure to subscribe and drop us a comment on what you think of this exotic quest. Later, nerds.